Hey, what's up guys, RMV6 here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be ranking each world in Wizard101 on the tier list, from S to F tier. I haven't done any kind of tier list video on my channel ever, so this is a first for me, so I might not be great at it, but I thought since Karamelle was released a few months ago, and people are finally finishing the world, it will be a good time to rank it on the tier list alongside every other world, so you can get that, comparison for it. And also, if you've never seen a tier list video before, or if you want to share your opinion down in the comments below, you can feel free to do that. But if you've never seen a tier list video before, basically it works like S is the best tier and F is the worst tier. And it goes in that order. So we're just going to be ranking every world in Wizard101 from S to F, based off of the main quest line for each world. We're also going to be going in order of when you unlock the world, so starting off at Wizard City. And yeah, that's really all I have to say, so let's get right into the tier list. Starting off at Wizard City. Alright, this is... I don't know, I think I put Wizard City at the B tier. The main quest line of Wizard City is the first, place that you go to, so I can't put it very low. Honestly, I'm sure anyone who plays Wizard101 has a special place in their heart for Wizard City. I mean, it's just, like, such a great place in Wizard101. It's where, almost half of the players really are, in the commons, in the shopping district, whatever. But there is just so much good stuff about Wizard City. However, the main quest line of Wizard City, like when you first start off and you're told to go to Firecat Alley and you hit the paywall and all that, and then if you buy Firecat Alley or whatever, I mean, it's really nothing special. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the main quest line for Wizard101 for Wizard City is really nothing that great compared to the other quest line. But I think I have to put it at the B tier because it is the first world you unlock. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for Wizard City. Now we have Krokotopia. I'm going to put Krokotopia at the D tier. Personally, I don't really like Krokotopia at all. I've quested through Krokotopia probably about 5 times. Yes, I think 4 or 5 times, yeah. It's just, the world is just really, really repetitive. You talk to someone, they tell you to go kill a mob, kill a boss, go back to them, they tell you to talk to someone else, and they tell you to do the same things. It's just really repetitive, Krokotopia. It's really nothing that great. Also, I don't really like the theme of Krokotopia. I don't like the mobs. I just don't really like anything about Krokotopia. Like, if you like Krokotopia, I'm sorry. You can go in the comments and try to change my mind. Feel free to do that at any point in the video. Like, this is just my opinion. So, if you have a different opinion, I will leave the world tier list maker in the description if you want to do it for yourself. But anyway, yeah, I think Krokotopia is just such a repetitive and plain world, so that's why it deserves the D tier from me. Anyway, next up we have, we'll do the side worlds, Grizzleheim and Wysteria last. So now we have Marleybone. Marleybone, I'm going to put at the A tier. Personally, I really liked Marleybone. Not only because it was coming right out of Krokotopia, and you're finally done with Krokotopia, but I really like the theme of Krokotopia. The rewards are good, and it's like something different. Like you go into Marleybone, and it's not just like there's mobs walking through the streets. You got to stay at the sidewalks, whatever. You talk to someone. They do whatever. Marleybone has a lot of new stuff. Like, it introduces a lot of new things. Like, also the last dungeon in Marleybone, I think, was great. The final dungeon against Meowarty. I've quested through Marleybone, I think, 4 times. I've loved it every single time. However, I'm not going to put it at the S tier because I think Marleybone was a little bit too short. It was only like 50-something quests long, so in my opinion, 50 quests, that's not enough to make an entire world. So anyway, that's where I think Marleybone goes at the A tier. Next up, we have Mushu. Mushu. I'll put Mushu at the C tier, and I'm not putting him all in different tiers intentionally. This is all unintentional. But Mushu, yeah, I think Mushu deserves a C tier. Mushu, when you come into it, the difficulty of Mushu is perfect. That's one good thing about it. It's not too hard, but it's not too easy. It's perfect. The rewards are, I guess the rewards are okay. The rewards are average. But personally, I didn't really like the theme of Mushu. I don't really know. And again, with the repetitiveness of Mushu, you go defeat and collect. You got a mob, then you got a boss, then you go talk to someone. They tell you to do something else. There's just only like one type of quest in Mushu, and that's why I'm putting it so much lower. Like, if there was a little diversity of the quest type in Mushu, it would probably go higher. And if the theme was different, because I don't like the theme of Mushu. But anyway, overall, I think Mushu is at the C tier. It's not my favorite world, not my least favorite. It's like in the middle, but in the lower part of the middle. Next up, we have Dragonspire. So, I'm going to put Dragonspire at the B tier. This world was okay. I recently quested through Dragonspire like 2 weeks ago on my death. My death is currently in Avalon, but when I quested through Dragonspire, it was okay. Like, it wasn't as repetitive as other worlds have been, and I think what made Dragonspire so good is because the whole time we had a set goal. Like, our set goal was to defeat Malister, and to do that, we had to go into the Dragonspire Academy, etc., etc. But they made it clear like that. Like, the main quest line was easy to follow. What we were trying to do was difficult, and when you finally did it at the end, when you finally defeated Malister, you felt accomplished because, the whole 5 worlds had led up to this one moment, and you just did it. So that made it feel great. The length of Dragonspire was okay. It was like 100-something quests long. That's like average. The only thing I don't like about Dragonspire is the way it looks. When I look at Dragonspire, I just don't like how Dragonspire looks at all. It's just so gloomy. It's just not good looking. Like, I like the music, the theme, everything. I mean, the theme is okay, but I don't know, the music about it, the looks of it, everything. It's like red and black. I don't know. It's just a very gloomy world. So you don't get that like great feeling when you're in Dragonspire, which is why the Grand Chasm Past is my favorite part of Dragonspire, because it looks normal. But anyway, Dragonspire, in my opinion, deserves a B tier. All right, next up we have Celestia. Celestia, I'm also going to put at okay. Celestia's tough between the B and the C tier. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna put Celestia at the B tier. I'll be generous. Celestia, I'm putting at the B tier because, one, the skill jump, like the difficulty jump from Dragonspire to Celestia, is massive. Like, Celestia has cheating bosses. It's got double bosses. It's got everything. The mobs and bosses have significantly more health. However, Celestia also gives a lot more XP and a lot more rewards. Like, some quests in Celestia give 25,000 XP, and in Dragonspire, you weren't seeing more than 3,000. So, that's a huge jump. Like, basically, from Dragonspire to Celestia, it's just a huge jump of skill, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It makes the world pretty good. Again, just the way Celestia looks, I just don't like how it looks. I don't like the theme of it. I don't like the mobs. I don't like the bosses. But everything else is good. Like, the rewards are great. The difficulty is perfect, honestly. In my opinion, the difficulty is perfect. That's why I was having a hard time putting it between A and the B tier. Because, like, the difficulty is perfect. The rewards are perfect. But for some reason, when I'm in Celestia, I just have the strong urge to just finish it as fast as possible. I don't know. That's what I did on my death. I finished Celestia in like 8 hours. Anyway. Next up, we have Zafaria. I'm going to put Zafaria at the A tier. Zafaria, in my opinion, was a great world. The length of Zafaria was perfect. It's like 140 quests. That's perfect. That's how every world should be. The difficulty was fine. Well, actually, the difficulty was harder than Celestia. In Zafaria, you had a lot of cheating bosses. But, you know, that's okay. The difficulty, it was still beatable. Yeah, the rewards are good. They're not much different from Celestia. The theme is good. I like the theme of Zafaria. You know, like the savannas and all that. I think it's good. Really not much else to say about Zafaria, except I thought it was a very well-rounded and good world, which is why it deserves an A tier, in my opinion. Okay, next up, we have Avalon, which is the world I'm currently questing through on my death. Ooh. Since I've only done Avalon once, and I'm doing it right now again, I don't remember much about it, except for it was annoying at some parts. So I'm going to put it at the B tier. The B tier is really getting piled up. Yeah, but I think Avalon deserves a B tier from me. You know, it's just like tying back to the world of Mushu. It's kind of similar to Mushu, just with a better overall, like, I don't know, just overall. The only reason Avalon is at the B tier is because, one, it's a tiny bit repetitive, but not really. And two, like, during the time that you're questing through Avalon when you're, like, level 70-ish, it's just so, like, dull. You don't really unlock any new spells in this point, except for King Artorias. You don't really do anything much. Like, we don't really have a set goal for Avalon. We don't really have a set goal. So you're just, like, doing stuff for people. So it's like, not the most exciting to be questing through. But overall, you know, Avalon's okay world. It's an okay. Definitely better than some worlds, but it's definitely worse than some worlds. So I think B tier is a good suit for Avalon. Next up, we have Azteca. Get this world down to F tier right now. I hate Azteca with everything, like, ever. Just Azteca, I just hate this world. I would have finished Avalon right now if I didn't know I had Azteca next. That's how much I hate this world. Everything about it, just the theme, the mobs, the fights, the cheating, the difficulty, the rewards, it's all terrible. The repetitiveness. I'm sorry if you like Azteca. I just hate this world so much. And a lot of other people think the same way. Like, I don't really see a lot of people who think Azteca is okay. Usually I see people who either hate it or love it. Personally, I hate it. It's my least favorite world in the game. Just everything about it. It's super repetitive. It's way too hard. The rewards aren't even worth it. It's way too long. The quest line is like 200 quests long. So, overall, Azteca is just a terrible world in my opinion. I don't like it at all. On my death, I would have finished Avalon right now if I didn't know I had Azteca next. I don't want to do Azteca. I just don't want to do it. Anyway, I just don't want to stop talking about Azteca. I don't like that world at all. Now we have Chrysalis. I'm going to put Chrysalis at the A tier. There's one thing wrong about Chrysalis that is, I mean, I guess some people wouldn't really mind it, but it's just one thing about Chrysalis that makes it, you know, not deserve an S tier. Because everything else about Chrysalis is perfect. What makes Chrysalis not the S tier is how long this world is. So you remember how I was saying Azteca was long like 1 minute ago? Chrysalis is like twice that length. Chrysalis is about 300 quests long, I think. That is so much longer than it should be. Like, honestly, if this was a different world, if a different world was this long, it would definitely go in like the D or the F tier. But overall, Chrysalis, I liked it. Like, I liked a lot of things about it. I liked how there was guys following you around. The questline was interesting. We finally defeat Morganth, and then you set everything up for Grandfather Spider. You unlock Darkmoor, so you can unlock shadow spells. You hit level 100. Just there's so many good things about Chrysalis that I wish I could put it in the S tier, but I can't because it's 300 freaking quests long. So I think it deserves an A tier. Anyway, next up we have Polaris. We have Polaris and then your Arcanum. So, Polaris, I'm putting Polaris at the S tier. Polaris is my second favorite world in the entire game. Polaris, in my opinion, is perfect. You know, you have the quest line, which is not too hard, not too easy, great rewards. The quest line is not too long. I love the theme. I just love everything about it. It's like a funny world. You know, we have a set goal the whole time. And then at the end, you finally defeat Rasputin. I think that's what his name is, Rasputin. And then you set the entire world up for Mirage and the fight against Grandfather Spider, or leading to it at least. So in my opinion, there's like nothing wrong about Polaris in my opinion. Everything is perfect about this world. So that's why I'm putting it at the S tier. Now, along with Polaris, we have the Arcanum. Now, I don't really... How are you going to rank the Arcanum? There's not really any main quest for the Arcanum. I mean, I guess I'll put it at the A tier. I mean, the Arcanum is... yeah, I'll put it at A tier. Because it's such a relaxing place. Like, I mean... I don't really know what to say about it, because there's not really much of a main quest line. But it's like... It's such a place... well fitted for advanced scholars, you know what I mean? Like, you unlock a lot of new spells here. I don't really know what else to say about the Arcanum, because you can't really say much about it. It's just, I don't know, I just like it. I don't know why I like it, I just like it. Because, you know, I like it because it's part of Polaris. That's why I like it. I can't put it at the S tier, though, because it doesn't really have any main quests. But, yeah, the Arcanum is an interesting world, and I like it. So, that's why I'm putting it at the A tier. Next up, we have Mirage. Mirage is undoubtedly my favorite world in the game, which is why it's going at the S tier right away. Mirage, like, I just love everything about it. The length is perfect, difficulty. It's like Polaris, just better because of the last fight. You know, I feel like everything leading up from, you know, all of these worlds lead up to the final point of Mirage, where you have to defeat Grandfather Spider and save the Spiral, save Bartleby. That's just such a great feeling, you know, all of this work that you put into the game, especially if it's your first time running through, you know, all of the work that you put into the game, finally leading up to this point, and you finally did it, and you feel so accomplished. I just love Mirage, you know, everything about it. I just love everything about it. There's no flaws, in my opinion, at all to Mirage. I love the theme to it. I know a lot of people don't like the theme to Mirage, but personally, I love it. I can't really say much about it. It's just such a great world. It doesn't have any flaws, in my opinion. Just Mirage is Polaris, just better. Next up, we have Imperia. I'm gonna have to put Imperia at the S tier. I'm sorry. It goes S, 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 3 in a row. From Polaris to Imperia, it's just amazing. This entire area of the game is just amazing. You know, Imperia, you have two parts to it. I love the two parts to it. You have Medulla, and then you have the Divine Paradox. Both are really fun to quest through. You know, it's just... Like, again, there's just no flaws to it. It's not... And Imperia, one good thing about Imperia is it's not repetitive at all. It's like the most unique world, in my opinion, is Imperia. You have just so many unique parts about it, like so many new types of things. Like, the quest line's easy to follow. Overall, I just love Imperia. I can't really say much else about it. There's two parts, so it's like... You're accomplishing two parts in the same world, so you feel extra accomplished. So, you know, overall, Imperia is a great world. There's no flaws to it, in my opinion. So, like, these three worlds in the S tier, in my opinion, have no flaws. Like, every tier from A down has at least one bad thing about it, which is why they're not in the S tier. But these three, in my opinion, do not have anything bad about them. So, I'm putting them at the S tier. Okay, now we have the side worlds. Aquila. I'm going to put Aquila at the C tier. Aquila was not my favorite. However, I do like that you can come into Aquila at level 30 and finish it at like level 80. So it's kind of a world that you can just do on the side passively. Like, you don't have to finish Aquila in like one day. You can just do it like as you progress through the game. It's not rushed, which is great. The theme is okay, you know, it's a little short, like Aquila, and it, like, I think what I was saying before about how you can go slow with it, I think it goes a little too slow, because you start at level 30 and you finish at level 80, and it's only like 50 quests, so it's like one quest per level. I mean, if you're even going to do that, one quest per level, and that includes like talking. Anyway, Aquila was actually pretty difficult. I can't imagine really doing Aquila with one person. Well, actually, I can't say that because I soloed Tartarus. It's on my that's another video on my channel. But yeah, Aquila, it's not my favorite world, honestly. Like, I know it's not really a world, but I can't really say much about it except it moved really slow and just it was way too difficult. Next up, I guess I'll go Grizzleheim now. Grizzleheim, I am also going to put at the C tier. So, in my opinion, Grizzleheim, well, okay, that's tough between C and B. Alright, I think I'm going to keep at the C tier. Because Grizzleheim, it's kind of, I don't really, honestly, Grizzleheim's kind of boring. I don't really know how to say it. It's just, there's a ton of boss fights in Grizzleheim. And, like, the starting point of Grizzleheim before Winter Tusk is very easy. It's way too easy. Like, you can go through Grizzleheim really fast. But you really can't because all the bosses slow you down. There's so many bosses in Grizzleheim, and you can just first round them anyway. So it's not really that fun. I like the theme of Grizzleheim a lot, but overall, I don't know. It's just also Grizzleheim does get repetitive at sometimes with all the bosses everywhere. But Grizzleheim is way too easy and it's repetitive, so I'm putting it at the C tier. And finally, Wysteria, I'm putting it at the D tier. I don't like the Wysteria at all, really. Like, I've only quested through it once on my fire. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I don't really enjoy side worlds. I'm going to say that. Like, we go Aquila, Grizzleheim, Wysteria, all the side worlds, and then the C and the D tier. I don't really like side worlds. I just like focusing on the main goal of the game. So, Wysteria is kind of like a blur. You know, I don't really remember much of Wysteria. And if I don't remember much of Wysteria, it probably wasn't a good world. So, personally, I'm putting Wysteria at the D tier. Because I don't really remember anything about it. Like, it wasn't really anything to remember. Yeah. Alright, and then finally, no, I did not forget, we have Karamelle. I don't have a picture for it because this tier list maker doesn't have one. But Karamelle, I would put at the A tier, personally. I would put Karamelle at the A tier, right here. So, Karamelle was, like, what was great about Karamelle, it was the total opposite of repetitive. There was so much, like, a good storyline in that world. The difficulty also was perfect. The rewards were good. You know, everything was good about it. I like the theme to it, because I like how the theme changes over time, kind of. Like, you know, you have the gobblers, and then you have a candy, and you have everything like that. Yeah. And also, we were waiting a long time for a new world since Imperia. So when Karamelle was first released, everyone was super hyped about it, including me. So that's why I'm putting it at the A tier. And anyway, that is all the worlds for this tier list. If you guys enjoy this ranking, or if you agree with my ranking, leave a like, consider subscribing. We just hit 500k, we're not 500k, oh my god, I wish we hit 500k. We hit 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers, and thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to share your opinion, tell me down below in the comments, and I will try to reply, with, you know, how I agree or disagree to it. But again, this tier list is just for fun. Don't hate on it or anything, it's just my opinion. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.